left it out. Just make things simple, be transparent. 1993, I went to prison, degree murder, and I did 24 years, almost 24 years straight. Got out, became an iron worker first for the local 86, a union iron worker, and then after that, people were saying there are better ways to make your money and all, and they had this short little black guy always in my ear and said, "Hey man, why?" And I said, "Why what?" He says, "Why work harder for less?" So I said, "Well, what's it gonna take to get you off my back?" He said, "I need you to take a math test, give me a clean UA, and bring the necessary requirements to be part of my local." And the local that I'm talking about is 32. Plumbers, pipe fitters, steam fitters, HVAC, and refrigeration. And iron workers, they chase the hook. They're always looking for a crane to chase. Me, I chase money. And and for me, being a plumber's been great. And when I was an iron worker, what I didn't realize that through the history of iron working, that before they were iron workers, they were carpenters that played with metal and all. And then overnight, 800 carpenters became iron workers and all. And outside of that, from my incarceration back to the free world, I ran for SeaTac City Council, and people were asking me why, and I'm like, why not? And then what they didn't realize was that my wife, she signed me up, and she said, "I don't see anything that's going to stop you from running." One, it says all you have to do is be American, over 18, and live in that county. What I didn't know was you had to live in that county for a year. But outside of that, I bounced bars, and I ran the streets in Tacoma back in '89. I was like one of the first blood gang members up here, man. And that was at the same time at the movement with the Hoovers, Main Streets, and all the other gang members from the block. And what's even crazier is now is the people that I used to shoot at, or people that used to shoot at me. I mean, we're like best friends. We're like, man, we made it. We made it through a time of madness. Guys that remember me from selling dope in the dope house, you know, they're like, "What do you do now?" I said, "Man, I got a 9 to 5. I got a hard hat and lunch bucket." I said, "That's how I get my bread." And but for the most part, the thing that set in my head when I was in prison was I need to be better. I need to go home a better man than I was when I came in. So when I started to get my priorities straight, I started to, you know, distance myself from everybody in there. I mean, everybody's like, "Well, you need to have your group that you're gonna roll with." I'm like, "Man, I don't need nobody. I came in here by myself. I'm gonna leave by myself." You know, so that was one of the things that, you know, people started to see that was different about me when I was in prison. Because after my first 2 or 3 years, I was like, I'm done. I said, "You guys can keep these prison politics, man." And everybody that was talking all that tough guy stuff, I'm serious, man. I mean, everybody wants to be the toughest inmate until it's time to do inmate stuff. And but all BS aside, man, when you remove the chatter from the background and you start to focus on yourself, man, you'll start to become more productive. I mean, you start to line everything up in your life, what you want to do from when you wake up to when you go to bed. And one of the things that I seen, that I read, because when I got locked up, America Online was coming online. They didn't even have the World Wide Web. And I saw on a thing, this admiral, you know, somebody posted on the backboard, or where you had to go see where you have to report to every day. It was saying the first thing you do, or the first battle you win when you wake up, is make your bed. And because when you make your bed, at the end of the day, when you go through everything, it's nice to come back and lay down on something nice, clean, and so forth. So that was one of the things that I did, was make my bed in the morning. And that was my first battle. The second one was, man, I gotta wash my face, take a shower, get ready for the rest of this day. Go through the rest of my day, and then start to put together what I'm gonna do when I get out, because I learned in prison that your first day of incarceration is your first day of preparation for re-entry and release. What a lot of guys don't realize, that it takes a lot of effort to keep one of us out. And if you don't have the right mindset, then it's gonna eat you up. Because like, if you look at it like from a military standpoint, to support one infantryman out there in the field, it takes 8 support staff. Everybody from, that's cleaning the kitchen to medical staff. But it's gonna take more than that to keep one of us home. And being that they hardly have any help, for people like us, people of color, or people disadvantaged from the disadvantaged communities, when we have to go out there and make it ourselves. And in the same breath, when we see one another, hey man, check this out. I know you're at work release, but here's a bone. Go to King County Elections, they're hiring. I was one of the first ex-felons that King County Elections hired at down here in Renton. And not only that, but I had 2 jobs. I worked at Game Works on 7th and Pike, and I thought that was the job, man. I said I could have grew old, man, sweeping and cleaning and all that, but I wanted more in life. And as long as you have your goals and your priorities straight, whatever goal that you set after that is always going to be right. You do good things are going to happen, because it's all it's all in your mind frame. Thinking drives behavior. If you think good thoughts, you're going to do good things. You think bad thoughts, bad things. I mean, it's like that saying, you play silly games, you win silly prizes. And like insanity, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over expecting a different result. I mean, one of my biggest things that I struggled with was drinking. I mean, I drink more alcohol than a fish drinking water. You know what I'm saying? and that was me, man. I was with all that, but when all my homeboys see me, from Tacoma, they're like, man, what are you doing with your life, man? I'm doing good things, man. Come get this money, man. And they're like, man, they won't hire me. And I said, why? Man, I smoke too much weed. And I said, well, we have shops that don't do UAs. So come on, let's get it. And they're like, well, I need a ride. Well, there's a bus pass, man. I'll be get an Orca card. And the thing is, if you got the will, somebody will help you make a way. You can't let external circumstances stop you from attaining your goal, because success is waiting for everybody. You just have to get around the corner. Like me, dealing with I guess you can call it the cliquish behaviors on the different job sites or within the companies. Yeah, like my first company that I worked for, Apollo Mechanical, everybody, when we started the Microsoft job on the campus refresh, this was the biggest build, 72-acre job, 28 acres of it was an active construction zone. And predominantly, construction trades are filled with white people. And that's one thing that I wasn't gonna let happen to me, is I'm not gonna let any one of these people talk to me like I was something beneath them. Because you're gonna address me as a human being. If anything, that's the minimum you should give me, is the respect of a human being. If you don't give me that, then we have problems. I ran into 3 of the craziest white people in that trade. And one of them spoke to me as if I was an idiot, told me shut up, and then when I tried to explain to him, hey man, where are we going with this? You shut up, you do what I say. And one of the things that I did was I made a phone call back to the hall. Said, man, how deep is our apprentice list, out of work list? And I was going through checking all my what I call traps. Yeah. Yeah, before I did what I was gonna do. And the thing is, you had to have a measure of pride or a measure of dignity, because I'm not gonna let this person talk to me as if I'm some average field hand. And because one of the conversations I have with every one of them white people on every job site that I work on is, before we go on, I want all you guys to know that before I'm a plumber, before I'm a Samoan, I'm a man. And I'm a human being. Give me the respect of that. That's it. I don't expect any more or anything less. So when I feel that they cross that imaginary line in the sand, then I start making phone calls, all right. And then when I feel I've been violated, what are you doing after work? We're gonna talk. Mm-hmm. Because what about that conversation didn't you understand? Before I'm everything else, I'm a man. And to offset the, I guess you can call it the cliquish behaviors or the white man mentality within in the trade, because that's one thing that we have to change, is the culture of construction. And they talk about in the unions, brotherhood, unity, solidarity, and all that, but well, it sucks if it only applies to you guys. And well, what we need to do is actually believe in it. Don't say it and then say it half-heartedly, because when everybody that's like this say it, we mean it. And because you could put me and my man in what's your name? Gabe in a sea full of white people. We're gonna, just because we're the same color, we're gonna gravitate towards one of, hey, that's one of me right there. And he could be Mexican or whatever. Oh, he's me. Facts. It don't matter, because the thing is, and it's scientifically, that people of color will draw towards one another. And more importantly, if we don't look out for one another, who's going to look out for us? And because it's like I think it was Richard Sherman that said it, or Marshawn Lynch. We all we got when we're out there, and we spend more time in the field with one another than we do with our own families. And also, every time there's overtime, man, my boss said, hey, we got OT Saturday. Count me in. Yeah, you just got to let me know start time. Don't worry about me saying yes or no, because it's always going to be yeah. And because, and the thing is, like, all you guys are studying to be carpenters, or is it a little bit of everything?
Most of us want to be carpenters. Yeah. Different. There's a couple want to be electricians.
Fireman. Yeah, but the thing is, don't let, always keep your eyes open, and all. I mean, because the thing is, when I got into ironworking, I was fresh out of prison, and I was an old man in ironworker terms. Basically, 43 is you're beyond your years. The only thing you could do is be a GF, general foreman, and I was like, man. And one of the things that I didn't like when I was an iron worker was they referred to all their apprentices as punk. He was like, hey, where's the punk at? Oh, no. And I'm like, what? I said, that better be an iron worker thing, or we got problems. And the thing is, it took an older iron worker, a brother by the name of Henry Spriggs, and he's a badass rod buster, been iron working all his life. And he says, hey man, don't take it the wrong way, man, but do you know what punk is? And I said, yeah, I only know one punk in the world. And he was like, no, bro, the definition of punk. I said, no. He said, it's an unskilled journeyman or an unskilled workman. It took him to have that small talk with me to change my whole outlook on the meaning of the word. So when they say, hey man, where's the third year punk or where's the second year punk? You know, I'm like, damn, yeah, that's me, man. Yeah, so when yeah, but the thing is, I mean, it's a brutal culture, and you know, construction is a brutal culture, and where you have to have thick skin, especially as an iron worker. And but when I jumped over to become a plumber, I mean, there was a little bit of dignity. Hey, where's the apprentice at? You're like, which one? but for the most part, it's all about learning something. Because when you quit learning, you might as well just get ready to start dying and become lifelong learners. I mean, right now I'm a plumber, and I do all my practicing at her house. And I'm like, she's like, hey, I need a new sink, or I need this done to my kitchen sink, and I'm like, okay. So I mean, I'll go in, look at everything, think I know what I'm doing, go to the store, Home Depot, buy everything, come back only to find out that in the kitchen they use 1.25 inches, not 1.5 inches. And I'm like, damn it. Now I gotta go back. And then the stuff that I just returned, I could have kept just to work in the bathroom. Yeah, so, yeah, but the thing is, I mean, I have fun now. I mean, going to work with these group of brothers that I have in the local 32, man, they've helped me, you know, tone down that goon in me, and they're like, hey man, you need to put a cap on it. Every now and then, pop the top, let them breathe, but put the cap back on. And outside of that, they tell me, hey, you got to learn think ahead, all your moves, and also you don't have any wasted movements. Everything that you do becomes productive, and always stay. They say stay one step ahead, but this one brother named Dayton Frazier, probably one of the baddest black dudes in the trade, man. He's retired now, but this guy was trusted with Holmberg Mechanical to run like 4 or 5 different jobs. And so he made money for the company I'm working for. And he's badass. And he's one of the people they call a unicorn. And I mean, he retired from the local 32, and he's bringing home $15,000 a month just from his pensions. And that's one thing that he says is always look towards the future. Don't stop looking because they put a glass in front of you. Look beyond the glass. Look beyond the ceiling, and become trendsetters. And that's one thing that I do in plumbing is whatever job site I go to, I try to bring the energy. Even when everybody's like sticks in the mud, man. I'm like, man, you guys are some grumpy ass motherfuckers. I said, let's get in here, man, make it happen. Get in there like swimwear. And I mean, we all about, and it takes all of us. I mean, the ironworkers got a saying, we're building America since 1896. But what that saying is, it takes all of us to build America. And I'm plumbing America since 1889, but the thing is, I take pride in everything that I do. You want to be a fireman, you want to be an electrician, take pride, because the thing is, there isn't that many of us in any of the trades that we go into. So when we go there, we got to make a mark, leave our fingerprint of existence saying, I was here, and let everybody know that, you know, everybody that's coming after me, it's gonna be even better, you know? So that's me in a nutshell. If anybody has any questions?
Yeah, so I want to be a plumber, not a fireman.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to be able to talk to you further, you know, like I have a deep conversation. Cause I've been to local 32.
Uh-huh.
I give them my drug test, everything. I had a small interview, I had a tour and everything, and I just wanna talk to you more in depth about.
Yeah.
Pick his brain, wanna pick his brain?
Yeah, I mean, anytime if you, hold on, big bro. Yeah, man, how do you wanna do it? Do you wanna?
Phone number?
For a few
Give his
minutes
number.
afterwards, or.
Yeah, okay, I can, make that happen. What's up, big bro?
Yeah, no, man, your story, man, that, that's what's up, that's what it's about getting this money, you know what I'm saying? And I too come from a background and had changed, I'm 40 years old doing this, and man, I gotta look forward, I can't keep looking back, It's like, and that's.
What trade you going into?
Really, I wanna go into,
Machine operator?
machine operators, you know what I'm saying?
That's money too, man.
Or the Teamsters, but then, I'm not discouraged by it, but then people saying because of the skin tone, or because there's more it's hard, it's something hard to get into, or whatever else, but,
I mean,
but hey, I'm not letting the barrier stand there, but.
Oh, no, you know who's a great advocate for that? This guy right here, John Bershey. Badass dude. He has a counterpart named Rick Dimmer.
Oh, Rick comes in?
Yeah,
too.
Rick Dimmer's badass too, and I mean, there's a couple names that I've seen on this board that's, I know from around the way, that will advocate for people of color. And John Bershey is one dude that I know that will, and especially when his counterpart is Rick Dimmer, and so I mean, but here's the thing, when because I always hear this, man, especially in construction and among us, man, they keep on setting the goals. They move the goalposts, move the goal line. Well, the thing is, we move with it. Matter of fact, fuck moving with it. We're gonna make our own goal line. Put our own goalposts up. And that's the thing, man, is if they keep on moving it, cool. We're gonna make our own. And that's why, like, when I see some of my bros, man, that have large amounts of money, they're like, man, we can't do nothing with these white people. And I'm like, what do you mean? I said, you got enough money to open your own bank. You don't need a loan to yourself. And that's one thing that we need to do is take care of each other. Be informed so we're not misinformed. And stay up to date with all the changes in laws and codes and all that. That way we know. So when they start using these big words, and you're like, okay, there's a bunch of tomfoolery going on, so I'm just gonna dismiss this right here, but this is pertinent to what I'm doing. Stay focused on the stuff that pertains to you and your trade or your craft, and the thing is, they'll never pull the wool over your eyes or the hood over you.
Well, I just commend you for, you said a key thing that, your past, I had Googled and seen a little bit about you, and I was kind of shocked. But then when I listened to you, it was really, it really got to me because you came from, man, the gutter, and look at you now. I'm so proud of you, and just really, you're an inspiration. And, you just let you know that what your past is your past, and it's what you do forward. And so, yeah, you just really, I'm proud of you. I just gotta say that.
And that's one thing that I say to you guys, man, is always look forward. I mean, if you do reflect on your past, just only stay there for a second, man. Because there's too much pain in the past.
Sure.
So you gotta keep moving forward, man, because that's where legacies are made. You wanna be like the best at what you are in your craft. Because in construction, your name is everything. Your name will and reputation will precede you before you even get there. They'll be like, come, oh yeah, man, that guy's the laziest man. He'll try to out-lazy anybody. So I already have a bad rep before I even get there. But now, when you hear my name on any job site, oh yeah, that's the guy that helped Apollo Mechanical, you know, get a multi-million-dollar deal. Or that's the guy that helped Apollo Mechanical take four contracts from CBRE. And I mean, my name is everything in the trade. And especially in ironworking, they're like, that guy is funny. He'll make you laugh and get work done at the same time.
That's good.
Because the thing is, man, hustle is everything. And you got the right hustle, the right drive, you're gonna be successful. Success can't run from you. It's gonna land in your lap, man.
Did you know an iron worker named Aaron? They call him Chubby. His nickname Chubby. He's African American. He was my neighbor, but he was an iron worker. He's about ready to retire.
I probably do, because